Our speaker today is Andy. Teng, T-S-E-N-G, Teng? Right. And he's a teacher, professor? Teacher at in high school, what high school? Private high school. Okay. And this is his wife, Sophia. Yes, you'll enjoy her laugh. It makes everybody very happy. And he will be talking about a film. And the film is called? Have a Little Faith. Have a Little Faith. Have a Little Faith. Let's welcome Given.
We are going to start with the first part of the movie. So I'm going to play the first part of the movie for 5 minutes. And we are going to my part.
Good Lord wanted me to hit that curveball on the wall. Yeah, good Lord wanted the pitcher to get rocked. Religion is so over the top these days. Either they want to steer everyone's life or they want everyone to let go of the wheel. Leave it up to the good Lord. How are you going to do a eulogy for a clergyman? Maybe you shouldn't go.
When's your flight?
In an hour.
Plenty of time. Let's debate it.
First of all, why me? I'm not even observant.
That makes you unworthy?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't think so.
I go to his services once a year.
That's more than some people.
I'm married to a Christian.
And he has always been great to me.
I'm way too busy.
You have time for your books, your plays, newspaper, TV.
I miss the game.
There are other games.
What if I just don't want the responsibility?
It's not a job, Mitch. It's a favor.
Yeah, I know. He's asking me a favor.
Okay, please. Thank you. And lie down, please. Lie down, please. Thank you.
Adam hid in the Garden of Eden.
That is Mitch Albert, the main character in the movie. He's busy with all of daily stuff, just like me. My name is Andy. And Mitch is not that religious, just like me. Of course, I'm not that me, but I gotta admit, I'm not that religious like you. And Mitch has some problems in his pursuit in the middle of life, just like me. And Mitch resists invitation and finally, unwillingly to accept to take a job, right? Which looks ridiculous to him, just like me. Why so? Because I think, am I the right person to stand here to do this job? If you ask me, I will say no. Because I know myself better than you know me, right? And so I asked God. It seems that he just keeps silent and watches and waits. No hint, no answer, no response. However, a phrase is always flashing into my mind these days, and that is, you are nothing but a servant. So here I am. The movie was just on a month ago. Most people here maybe in our church have no idea what it is all about. But if you are waiting for the detailed introduction about the movie today, maybe you will feel disappointed, because maybe I will focus on myself more on the movie. Why? It said that the movie is very hot during this day in our church. Some people have seen the movie. So the movie is highly acclaimed by those people who have watched the movie. So I don't think you need too much introduction about the movie. You can just live here and go to the DVD shop store and rent the DVD, and you can enjoy it. You can have the inspiration from the movie yourself. So, but why am I here? Yes, that is the question I am always asking myself. So, before we get started, maybe let me ask you one question. Okay? Have you seen the movie before? Would you please raise your hand? Only one and two. Oh, so that is why God sent me here. Okay. It's not what I expected. Okay. Okay. So I have to go deeper into the details, okay, for your better understanding. So I dare not say anything on this pulpit, such a holy place. But if this is God's plan, okay, I have no choice but to take it. I'm a servant. I'm just nothing. To tell the truth, I did not see this movie until I prepared for this sharing time, for this movie introduction. And to be more specific, I had never heard of the movie before. Okay? And until last Saturday, when I talked to Susie, I said, I have no inspiration at all. I choose the movie named Shawshank Redemption. It's very touching, and I did get a lot of inspiration. But after that, no response, no feeling at all. Okay? So, thank God, God gives me a chance to be closer to Him because of the job, the things I did for the past few weeks. Because I know I am living away from Him, maybe. Thank God for knowing how much I got a chance to know how much He loves me. And to know how much He cares about me. Okay? I told myself not to cry today. Okay, and so, actually, okay, let's stay on it. So if you are inspired by the following sharing, then God, it's not because of me. It's because God talking to you. And if you feel bored or indifferent, then God puts me here to teach me a lesson. And I have no choice to, maybe I will feel embarrassed, okay, if I do the lousy job here today. But that's the lesson I learned. And I have no choice but to take it. Because I'm not a servant. Okay? I have nothing to complain about. Okay, why? I repeat over and over again, I am not religious. I am not pious. Okay, I am not like you. Okay, let me explain in detail. I teach at high school, and I'm a teacher. But today, right here, right now, in such a holy place, I tell myself not to teach. I have no qualification to teach anything here. Okay? But if I don't teach, what can I do right here? Okay? Sharing, of course. Share how I feel about the movie, right? With you. But you know what? My daughter, Edie, okay, once told me that whenever I thought I was sharing, actually I was teaching. Okay? So, I have no right to teach right here. So, that's a big shock to me. And that reminds me of a shy, silent, and stuttering boy long time ago. When I was young, I used to be quiet, and I did not talk too much. I was not good at making myself understood. So I prefer to listen rather than talk. But I was changed unconsciously. This experience reminds me that I did forget how silent I used to be. I am very talkative right now, especially in my classroom. So this teaching the lesson. If I want to have a totally new life, if I want to have a totally new want to be a totally new person, I have to forget how bad I used to be. And I have to embrace the new life, and I have to be convinced that I am good. And I am really good. But however, the truth is that most of the time, I try to be a new person, but I just can't, I just can't forgive myself. The feelings of sins and guilty just keeps me from being a new person. And from having a new life. And from living a joyful life. So I need help from God. I need mercy from God. And I definitely know it's impossible for me to have a new life without God. Okay? So thanks, Susie. Okay, I got a chance again to think about the question. Okay? So some of you are new to me, and some of you old friends. So no matter what kind of Christian you are, I'm sure you are more religious and more pious than me. The person who is standing right here in front of you are not as pious as you are. I didn't read the Bible throughout. And actually, I did not even finish the 4 Gospels. So ironical, right? And that's why I try to say no to Susie when she asked me to share with you some movies introduction like this. But I really don't think I deserve the chance to, and I have no qualification to stand here. But I'm convinced, finally, if this is God's job, if this is God's plan, okay, I just take it, no matter what. And because of my spiritual life problem, I found I had some problem with communicating with my daughter. Because she's so religious. She's always talking about her church, her belief, her friends in the church, the Christianity class she takes in college. And yes, I'm very happy to see her having such a pious and a joyful life in the company of God. Yes. And that is the life I hope I can live in. So, but no, I just thought, yes, belief was good and belief was important, but it was not all. There must be some worldly affairs. I gotta admit, when I say so, okay, when I say so, it's important, yes, okay. Belief was important, okay. It meant actually, I didn't believe that belief was that important. So I am not like you. And I was not convinced that belief was that important. No? Yes, I come to church every Sunday. I knew I was wrong, totally wrong. And I knew there was something wrong with my spiritual life, which I didn't like. But I just couldn't help it, So I appreciate the religious life of my daughter. She's so joyful living in the company of God. Every day, maybe every hour. I want to be different. I beg to God, forgive me, my Lord. I'm not a real Christian. So you know how wretched I used to be. I want to be a real Christian. And I want to talk about your love all the time. I want to talk about your mercy all the time. Yeah. So don't leave me alone. Yeah. I know you love me. And that's why I can be here now today, even though I'm a wretch. Yeah. So I'm learning to love you more. Yeah. So, the following is what I write on my website. I got a website. Hi boys, for my students. Hi boys, girls. In my class, I am Andy, a teacher who majored in English in college, but was not interested in English. And I thought teaching was one of the most boring jobs in the world. But now, he finds himself addicted to teaching, even though he spends most of his time thinking how to help his students learn better and how to help his students make their dreams come true. He still wants to change his job. He doesn't want to retire as a teacher. Why? Sometimes he doubts and he asks himself, maybe it's partly because of his extraordinary passion in teaching, and partly because of his belief in God. God has his own plan. Okay? So God put me in my school. Okay? Maybe. Okay? I believe. So that explains why I'm always busy with my school, just like Mitch Elder. I'm always updating the teaching materials and the methods. And my students, yes, they do improve a lot in their ability and their attitude, learning attitude. But I just can't find the balance between my religious life and the worldly life. I know I come to church every Sunday, but I know I am not that religious. Okay, so one night last December, I got to control it. Okay. One night last December, I was watching the movie trailer named Shawshank Redemption, 刺激1995, for my extracurricular material. And suddenly I was touched by the line, the phrase, get busy dying or get busy living. And the line sounds like an alarm clock to my life. So I have to live in a different way and a different strategy. So being busy won't be the excuse to keep me from the religious life anymore. So 2 months ago, I met Susie in the stairway. And I told her that I wanted to be back in the English fellowship. And I shared with her the line that touched me, like get busy dying, living or get busy dying. To my surprise, several days later, she invited me, to do this job. Yes, favor, okay? And so, but, it's not what I planned. When I say I want to be back, it means I want to sit there, okay? Just like you, being a listener, okay? The same reason, because I do think I am not qualified, okay? I am not a pastor. I am not a religious person like you, okay? So if I stand here, I will blaspheme this phrase. So I dare not to take this job. But I didn't say no determinedly because of Susie. So time passed by and I tried to watch the movie for several times. And strange to say, it seemed that the inspiration was gone. And there are a lot of plots about the Bible and the belief in the movie, yes, but I just couldn't figure it out. So 2 weeks ago, I told Susie that I had no reflection at all, and I told myself to give up, on my mind, but I didn't speak up. So Susie suggested me that I should change the movie, okay? So the Saturday night, 2 weeks ago, I walked into the DVD store to give it a final try. And this time I told myself, if I could not find the appropriate movie, this time, I would tell Susie, to find a substitute. I quit, I give up, okay? And then I found this movie on the latest of the movie rack. And they're still there, waiting for me from the very beginning. But to tell the truth, I was not interested in the movie for the first time, okay? When I saw this movie for the first time, because the title, Have a Little Faith. I thought it was too, so dogmatic and so lecturing that it must be very boring. So this movie was not my first priority. but I just couldn't find any other movie which looked more appropriate. So I had no choice. And one more reason, I was running out of time, 2 weeks away, right? So I read it without too much anticipation. And then I watched it 3 times for the following 3 days. And every time I watched, I tried not to cry with tears rolling in my eyes, especially in this part, the lesson. Okay. So what happened? I'm a person who keeps thinking about something which I don't know where it is. And I'm a person who keeps searching for something which I don't know what it is. So I'm like a wanderer, of life. I just can't settle down. I want to be abnormal, which however I am not. And my heart just can't settle down. But God watches me all the time. He knows what I need, and He watches me wandering. And from time to time, He waves me back. So life should be easy and simple. All I need to do is just believe. But I'm always trying to make it more complicated. Okay. So now I'm going to give a very new introduction about the movie. Okay? And then after the introduction, I'm going to play the last part of the movie. Also, and you will have an understanding of what it's all about. Okay? And so I will read very quick. Okay? And so the movie begins with an unusual request. An 82-year-old rabbi from Elvin's old hometown asked him to deliver his eulogy. And Elvin, the main character, doesn't feel worthy, especially since he is no longer a practicing Jew, and in fact, he has married a Christian who isn't active either. Okay, that's why. So nevertheless, Rabbi Louis says he's took the one niche to do the job. And over the next 8 years, Elvin makes several visits back home and even attends some service. So another story is about Henry, okay, another pastor. Henry is a young boy with 6 brothers and sisters in Brooklyn in the early 1960s. And he witnessed his mother shoot his father. In jail, Henry's mom tells him to continue going to church and to one day become a pastor. Okay? His mother says so. And Henry's dad had a greater influence on Henry. Henry has spent his whole life making living by committing crimes, by doing the wrong things on the wrong side of the law. After time in prison, he was sent to prison. Henry gets out again and tries to work decent, but the income is not enough for him and his wife. So he turns to illegal activities again, and he sells drugs, and then Henry has to rob people for more money. However, he is set free because the man he robs does not want to identify him. Okay. And one night, when his partner tries to find him and shoot him, he hides and realizes he will die without divine intervention. He pleads with God to rescue him, and if he does, Henry will serve him for the rest of his life. Due to the experience of interviewing with the rabbi, so Mitch, again, the story about the rabbi, Mitch begins to think if he can do something to help those people in need. One day, Elvin discovers a church falling apart with a big hole in the roof. But Henry, the pastor of the church now, a young boy long time ago, and the members are happy and determined to keep moving forward. So despite all of their obstacles, and the rain and the snow keep falling in when they are having the service. Mitch just can't imagine how a man can be so happy with so many difficulties in such a bad situation. And Mitch just can't even realize how a pastor can love his congestion so much. He writes the story in the newspaper, and the aid, the help, the materials comes in, and in the end, the big hole in the roof is repaired. And this time, because Henry knows Mitch is doing the eulogy for a Jewish rabbi, right? So Mitch shows Henry, the pastor, the report about the rabbi in the newspaper. He passed away. And this time, Henry, the pastor, the bad boy who had to go, to his surprise, finds that the rabbi is the man who he robbed long time ago. And the rabbi is the man who didn't want to identify him long time ago. Okay, so let's concentrate. Okay, now let's see let's watch the last part of the movie. And that will be the end of my sharing, okay? 在后最后一句，在最后在一最后。
It's still what it used to be. Great Rabbi, what he used to. At Christmas.
Sure don't. All this snow.
So how did you meet him?
Wow. So, I ain't gonna be able to play with me. Okay. For a whole year.
Okay, yes.
Hallelujah.
People coming from everywhere.
Churches, schools.
We had a synagogues and all kinds of stuff.
So many people read your story, the heat power got turned on the next day.
We got stuff. Yes, we did.
It's a miracle.
It is. It is.
You know, Mitch, I owe you an apology. When you first came around, I didn't understand why a Jewish person would want to help us. I apologize.
I should apologize to you. I judged you. Forgive me.
I do. That I do. You're right about that, huh?
He did.
You would have loved him.
I have his obituary. There he is.
Put your hands up.
Is this the man that robbed you?
This is the man.
Red.
Reminds me of a man who did me a favor once. Praise God.
Come on in. Everybody gets a breath.
Merry Christmas, I guess.
Merry Christmas.
In time, I wrote a book about the Reb and Henry. And amazingly, people began to send envelopes to the church with $5 or $10 inside. Until one morning, just before the next Christmas, the congregation gathered for a different kind of service. I realized later it's not about having the answers in life. It's about the search for the answers, the choosing to believe in something bigger than yourself that makes the journey of faith so challenging, yet so worthwhile. Whether it's sitting with an old rabbi and talking about God, or replacing a church's rotted roof hole with something a little more inspiring. We share this world. We can share it well. And there's nothing quite like different people finding common ground to fix the holes in their lives. In the end, our questions get answered. God sings. We hum along. A simple, beautiful song.
Whatever will be, it will be.
A year later, I did another eulogy. This one for Henry. He died at age 53. Henry's family.
After seeing this movie, I'm thinking if I got the chance to visit Detroit and to visit this church someday. Okay? Okay, that's all for my share. Thank you.
因为我想来用中文说比较清楚表达哈。那这本书啊是分享。我们是第一次尝试哦，是想要能够介绍系列的介绍的影片这样子。那所以就请 Andy 来，请吉南来试试看。那这本书哈，就是这个故事。那它里面的这些真实的发生的场景的照片哈，都在这边都有，这是真实的故事。他就是写那个14堂星期2的课的那个作者。那这是真实，因为是本身就是一个体育新的记者。那所以这是方舟书房有在卖这本书，然后所以它里面的一些所有的场景啊，包括那个旧的那个 church， 它都有在这上面。那它有2种版本的书，而且方舟书房卖的这个版本是非常好，是它文化出版社邀请他来台湾的时候，他亲自讲14堂星期2的课跟这个故事他都在这边都有讲。好，那我觉得很建议可以去买之外，就是我想说一系列我们请很容易感动的那个吉南哈，就是不断的在分享这些影片，他眼睛已经红的实在不行了。那我们就开始有买这样的一个影片，他只要介绍什么影片呢，我们就会负责买影片来放在这边，那大家就可以借回去看。那我们一次买最多我们就是买到4张，所以请你就是在后面能够登记，然后下个礼拜的时候就可以拿来换，然后让大家可以轮着看。因为想说如果买影片，大家就会比较扫兴啊，只能一个人借，会借的比较久一点哈。那就说大家可以记得就是下次拿回来，那我们就尽量再能够多拍 Andy 多分享这个影片。那我觉得这次他介绍的方式是他的第一次尝试哦。那我觉得他的介绍方式跟我本来想象的真是不一样，可是我觉得非常好，就是他的 Have Little Faith， 其实对他来讲就是他一直不断的映照他的故事、他的感想、他的生活到这个故事里面来这样子。所以我觉得好像是他的 confession time， 他自己在对我觉得所以我觉得说，其实我们不是要讲员说来讲什么样的一个信息本身的内容，而是我觉得我真的很感动的，就是这位讲员他自己本身就是那个信息。那因为我觉得我们是团契，所以不是讲员是讲员，然后听众是听众，而是我们是一起就是一个团契，所以我们有机会能够多认识他的这样一个故事。所以影片就他讲的 DVD 大家可以去租来看，书可以去买来看，但是我们想要真的是认识 Andy 这个人，他怎么去 reflect 在这影片里面。好，那我们再谢谢他好吗？就来分组了哈，那今天是电影一组，然后Sandra 是不是？Sandra 在哪？